Knicks just got blown out game three. TD, do the Knicks have a shot to win this series?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's 2-1, so there's always a shot. It's not over.
You feel
Uh,
good about the Knicks after game three?
this is a bad day if you're a Knicks fan. This was a bad game. But what you tell yourself is it's 2-1. So it's the series. I mean, your question was, is it over for the Knicks? And my answer is no. It's not
Okay.
over for the Knicks.
Are they in
What
big trouble?
this was a bad game for the Knicks. And I think if the remaining games go the same way, the Knicks are losing this series. I think adjustments need to be made. I think what got shown in this game was if we play a half court game of basketball where both teams are set and you're playing half court ball, the Heat are the superior team.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we saw today. When it gets reduced to this half court game, I mean, it plays right into their hands in both ways. Like the Knicks' strength is driving to the hoop. And even when Barrett was getting his buckets driving, I mean, he was facing triple teams
Yep.
just to get it in. And what happens when you do get that set half court defense and you block the drives? It forces you to be a 3-point shooting team. And that's the Knicks' weakness. And on the flip
TD,
side,
I got to stop you. I got to stop you. You're totally missing. Well, are the Knicks still have a shot? Well, adjustments need to be made. You're being biased as a Knicks fan here. Anyone who's watched these first three games, what do you always say? What happens in the playoffs? What do the playoffs show?
yeah, if you have a 50-50 up and down player, they'll expose you.
They expose you. The Knicks are being exposed in this series. Their offense is terrible in this series. The Heat listen, the Knicks want to get up and down. We are not going to let them do that. We are going to chase back on defense. We are going to pack the paint big time. The Knicks can't shoot. We are going to get back on defense and we are going to make them shoot with a hand in their face. And the Heat have done that, and the Knicks look terrible. That is what happened. The Knicks' lack of shooting is being brutally exposed by the veteran Heat and Spo. That is what has happened. They are being exposed in this series. They did win game two, but it was an ugly win without Jimmy Butler, and Brunson took over in the second half there. And they did hit some shots, but the Heat and Spo are taking it to the Knicks. That's what's
No, I
happening.
agree. No,
And
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. We're playing straight into their hand. No, you're 100% right. And that's exactly it. You're sitting watching this game and you're thinking the Knicks' inability to hit threes is absolutely killing this team.
yeah, but it's a weakness that's being exposed. Like, for example, with the Cavs, the Knicks just got up and down. They played defense. Hart got to the hole. Brunson got in the paint. But in this series, the Heat were saying, no, no, no. You're going to have to hit a shot. And it is that first half, I think, quickly hit 1-3.
No, he hit two in the second, and
No, I'm
they
saying
were
in the
needed.
first half. I don't think they had a three until
No, it's all
late in the second
quickly hit
quarter.
2 threes. He hit two
In
threes
the
in the
first
second
half?
quarter. You
Okay,
mean the first quarter?
in the
You
first
mean the
quarter.
first quarter? Yeah, in the first quarter, no, but in the second quarter, he hit two, and they were huge.
Yeah, but the Knicks were never in this game. This was
No, never.
never. I look at it. To me, the Heat just looked like, because remember the Heat are down players. The Heat are down players, but the Knicks aren't. The Knicks have their full roster. This is just the word I like to use is professional. They just look like a professional team who know it's playoff basketball. This is how it's done.
No,
And
Zav, I agree with you, but this is playing right into their hands. Like I was saying, if it keeps up this way, the Knicks have no shot.
yeah,
Zav, I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. This is playing right. They're built to play this way. And Zav, everything you're saying, I agree on the Knicks end. They're packing the paint and making us shoot threes. It also works in their favor when they're on offense because they're set up for half court ball because they have their 3-point shooters all over the place. And really, Butler is good at the half court too because he's tall and he's wily. He can get to the line. And at this half court balls off, they're better.
10
The
times. Not
reason
even, it's not
why,
even
though,
close.
yeah, but
But
Zav,
they're
the
even winning.
reason why I have some hope, the reason why I do have some hope is because, yes, and why I said adjustments need to be made.
So
If we're able to change the way these games are played and we make it into a run and gun game, then we can have our advantage and exploit it. That's what I mean. And Zav, we saw in game one in the first half, we did that and we won. Or no, we actually lost that game, but
yeah,
we showed a distinct advantage. So I'm agreeing. If we play this way, and what the Knicks need is to change the pace of these games. We need someone that's totally able to just absolutely change the pace of the game. Meaning we can't play this half court ball. We got to just, we got to get Hart involved. We got to get quickly involved.
yeah.
And if we can do that, if the Knicks can do that, there's a chance. But that's why, Zav, I open by saying this is a bad game for the Knicks because playing this way, the Knicks are going to lose. The Heat are the better team. But Zav, it can turn, and you can make it a Heat weakness. You can make the fact
Yeah,
that they're set up for a half-court game a weakness.
but listen, I agree they can make it a more competitive series, but I do not feel good about this Knicks team at all right now, at all. So
Yeah, Zav. Yeah, Zav, you're
even,
right. But at
yeah,
the end of the day,
they have a
it's 2
shot. You're right.
1.
It's only
No,
2-1.
Zav, it's 2-1. That's how you got to view it. It's 2-1.
2-1. I agree.
It's
Um,
not 3-1. Zav, if this game, this type of loss, and it's 3-1, you're talking a different story. What turned out to be huge was losing that game one and giving them the home court
but they won
advantage.
easily game. They took over after the first quarter. After the second half, the Heat took over game one. They really did take over game one. It was an ugly game for the Knicks. They've exposed the Knicks. They've completely exposed the Knicks, especially the Knicks. But even defensively, the Knicks are running around trying to get to these 3-pointers. The Knicks, I give Spo a lot of credit. They look
No job. Yeah,
team.
yeah, I know. They
Yeah,
were. I mean, straight. They were. That's what hurt is that they were open for their threes.
yeah. The Knicks are
But
running around like headless chickens.
at the and the second quarter though, the Knicks played well and the defense worked in the paint. Our paint defense is good, Zav.
They're
It
getting
is.
Zeller had points in the paint. Bam had some points. Jimmy got to the line. I don't think the Knicks are playing I don't think they're playing good defense at all. I mean, the Heat are, it's, the style of games is rough and tough, but they have stretches where they really play hard. I'll give them but I think the Heat are breaking them down. I think the Heat are
I mean,
breaking
yeah.
them
I mean,
down.
yeah. I mean, we closed it down to 8 points, and then
Exactly.
they blew it back open. It was never really Knicks
No.
never really had. But I'm not as negative as you are. This you're viewing it as the end of the road. I'm viewing this as this is just a bad. It's a bad game if you're the Knicks, and it's a
And
bad
this is
loss.
where I disagree with you. From after the Cavs game, I was feeling arrogant. I thought this Knicks team is deep. They're
Yeah.
hungry. They got the Garden. They're going to be tough to beat. From game one on, I realized I got a thought in my head. You know what? Maybe this Knicks team's just not ready for the big time. I haven't changed my mind since game one. Even game two was all right. Brunson got us this game, but they do not look like Hart. They just don't look like big time players, in my opinion.
So
But
it's not. Yeah. No. This is a bad game
it's a
if you're
bad
an extent.
series. To me, it's been the whole series. The Knicks have not looked like an elite big team. They've looked very mediocre. I don't think any.
It sounds like you're saying this series is over and it's probably going to end in what, 5 or 6 games?
That's my gut feeling from what I've seen. You're right, though. I've always felt the Knicks' strength is their depth, and they got to use it and tire the Heat out. But my point is, I've seen 3 games, and it's been the same. The Heat are they look like they
Yeah,
know what
no,
they're
no,
doing. Yeah,
no. Yeah, I'll be lying if I said at one point in this game I didn't think we're just
yeah.
not good enough. Like that did it
It
hit me.
crosses your mind 100%.
No, but it hit me. It's like because you're searching your mind. Who do we blame? Do we blame Tibbs? Do we
Yep,
blame Randall? Do we blame? And then you're searching for someone to point the finger at, and you realize it's like, you know what? Maybe we're just not good. And
exactly.
I admit that did enter my mind, but I'm not as down as you.
Yeah.
And I do think if the game is played a certain way,
All right.
I do think the Knicks still have a shot,
Listen,
Zob.
to me, that's Nick's only shot. But I think Tibbs has to use the bench more, go earlier. Why not
And we
bring
got to run,
48?
and we got to use Hart to his
Exactly.
strength. If Hart
Exactly.
if Hart is the best player on the court, the Knicks can win
Well, he's
because
never gonna
that
be the
means
best, but his style of game, run, chart, yeah. TD, I
yeah,
agree. It has to be up and down, and you got to
yeah,
use these guys quickly, hard.
because
Obi
at
Toppin,
yeah,
you got to
yeah,
run and
I
just
agree.
run and
Yeah,
run. Okay,
because
yeah.
at Zob, at that game
The Knicks are better.
that
I agree.
Hart
And deeper.
drives that, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the Knicks' only hope. And it's Zob. We come out, we win the next game. All of a sudden on Monday, we have home court
I
back, and then
agree.
we're going back to New York, Zob, with a tie game, with
But
the tie series.
but my point is, all 3 games, the Heat have controlled the games. It's been at their pace. They look
Yeah,
like a professional
I
team.
agree.
So
Spo has gotten the advantage there, and it's
exactly.
yeah.
All right, before we go, preview tonight. I think this series, I could just watch these games all day. Lakers, Warriors. Who you got game 3 back in LA?
I think it's anyone's game tonight.
I agree. 100%. And you know what I realized, people? Because Anthony Davis, because I remember him in college. He was one of the most dominant with Kentucky. They won the title. He was just dominant. And you see that here because he's got those long arms and he's pretty smart on defense. And he's giving the Warriors when they get in the paint, you could tell they feel his presence.
Oh,
And
big time. And
big,
Zob, and he got all the credit in game one that the Lakers won. And I never give LeBron credit. I actually thought he didn't get enough credit for game one.
yo,
He he absolutely shut down the Warriors layup game. Him
yep,
and Davis in there
they're big.
in
They're
that
so
game one.
big.
Yeah, but Zav, you're giving Anthony Davis credit. He doesn't have that.
I don't know. He's on and
Zav,
off. He's on and off.
Zav, are you forgetting what a miserable game he had in game two?
I know, but Titi, here's the same
What a
thing.
no-show. No-show.
I agree. But Titi, at the same time, how many games is Klay Thompson going to give you like he gave you in game 2?
This is my point, Zav.
I,
Great
I,
point.
no, you're
Great point.
100% right. Your tweet, that is the one advantage I see the Warriors. When you look at Klay and Draymond and Curry, their head is locked into winning this series. There's no
I know.
nerves. They're angry. They are going to die. I agree with that. The mentality.
Zav, Davis doesn't have that.
But he's in many ways the most talented at this stage of their career. In many ways, the most valuable player on the court.
But that goes to nothing if he can't tap into it and apply it. And to your point about Klay, that's where the Warriors have an advantage. They don't need Klay to do that every day. That's the thing with the Warriors. The Lakers need AD to be on. So they don't need that from Klay. All you need from Klay, yeah, you get it one game, that's probably going to be enough. And then in another close game, we need him to hit 3 or 4 threes back to back. That's all you need from Klay. The Warriors can lean on other things. They can lean on Steph. They can lean on Poole. They can lean on Wiggins.
Yeah, but
That's the beauty about the Warriors. They don't need Klay to be on
yeah,
every
but
day.
you know what they need to do,
His
TD?
whole
You're
career. He's been like this.
TD.
He's been like this forever.
No, but you're missing this is what people miss with the Warriors. Yes, they hit their threes, but you know this. They're good around the rim. They are good
Oh,
around the rim.
fabulous.
And
Fabulous.
this series, it's tough in
Yes.
the paint. It is
Zav,
tough in the paint. And when
I
the
agree.
Lakers score, the Lakers get easy twos in the paint, and the Warriors are taking tougher shot. That's a huge advantage when you're the size. When
Oh
you're
no, I agree.
and that is a problem with, I think, is they're not getting as enough easy buckets. So
I'm telling you, if LeBron, someone mentioned this about LeBron, and I couldn't agree more. They said if earlier in his career he decided not to be, the Swiss Army knife that he is. He takes fadeaway mid rangers, he takes
no,
threes,
Kitty, if
he's
he
an
just if he
assist guy. If he decided
oh
earlier in
yeah,
his career to just be like a Karl Malone,
I
one
agree.
trick pony kind of guy, this person said he'd have 8 rings.
I
And
agree. I
and we saw that in the game one when LeBron he's like, I'm just gonna hunt Curry's layups in
yep,
this first half. I mean,
100%.
it just shut it down. But when LeBron tries to do what he did in the last game, you saw him in this. He had a great first quarter. He was hitting his turnaround jumpers. He was shooting his threes. That's not his strength, and that's great when you're rooting against him because you want him doing that because you don't want him being the Karl Malone.
The strength and size, and I just look at the Lakers as a more physical team than the Warriors, and they got to have the mentality: we are going to bully this team. We are going to make it as slow. We're going to pack the paint. They ain't getting nothing in the paint. On the offense, we are going to. LeBron's just going to back his guy down. He's going to get in that paint.
Yes,
He's going to be a
yes,
freight train, just run to the
yes,
paint because
yes,
Looney, Draymond Green, they
yes.
can't stop him. They
No,
can't
no,
really
Zop,
stop him.
hold on. I got to stop you there. Draymond shut down AD in game two. He shut him down. Zop, he
Draymond
shut
played great in
AD
game.
down.
I agree. He played great in game two. I agree with that.
AD had
But they've got
five
to stop.
turnovers. He had
Yeah,
5 turnovers. Draymond shut him down.
I agree. And Draymond came ready to play. And that's the point. The
And
mentality.
yes, to your point, yes, but they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. And that is the thing. They showed that if they do it like they did in game one, they can beat the Warriors. But
Yep.
they're not going to do it. They're not. LeBron is not going to hang the paint. AD is not going to focus for 4 quarters. It's just not going to happen.
If you just look at AD, like watch him on the court, he's just bigger and longer than anybody. He looks like a monster out there. He should dominate, in my opinion. He should dominate games. I think
Stop.
yeah,
Stop. He doesn't have it. He does not have it.
yeah.
He doesn't have it. You cannot score 6 points in game two after that dominance performance.
He only had
It's
six
just,
points in game two.
I think so.
Let me check. All right. Well, yeah, he clearly didn't play well. He clearly didn't play well.
You can't do that.
You know.
I mean, you can tell, Zob, it's driving LeBron crazy. Because you see LeBron in the post game of game one. He's trying to pump up AD. He's like, your name is going in the rafters, with the
Yep.
Laker greats, Shaq, Kareem. He's trying to pump him up. And then look what he does in game two.
I'm gonna look up really fast. Game two, Lakers, Warriors box score. I gotta see this. Okay, here we go. How much did
Look at,
AD? Anthony Davis had 11 points. Yeah, pathetic.
and
11.
look at his turnovers. Look at his turnovers.
Yeah, I don't have all the stats. This is just a quick one. I know he played terrible. I know he played terrible. I saw the game. I saw up until the fourth quarter. Yeah.
So yeah, and like, yes, the Lakers have that size advantage. Agreed. And the Warriors clearly have a 3 point shooting advantage.
And you always like
Just
the
no doubt.
advantage of having the size and easy buckets. I think you nailed
Yeah,
it,
well,
Petey.
either way,
In my opinion,
it's going to come down. Yeah, those either ways off those advantages will cancel each other out, and
but
it'll come down to the fact that the three big boys on the Warriors will never check out like AD did. They
I
will never do that.
that's and TD, that's why I love this series. Because for me, both teams have their style to win, and it just comes down to who imposes their, like game two, Draymond, you could see he was into AD's kitchen. He was just,
Yeah,
we have to win this game.
yeah,
Clay was, they had to win it, and they can't. That to me, it's just a matter of willpower between these, because
a
both of
hundred
them,
percent.
like you watch game one, they don't have they're too big and strong and athletic. It's for the Warriors. But then game two, the Warriors just they they shot him out of the court. They bothered AD and they look so yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think that's the most under talked about aspect of basketball postseason analysis.
Yeah.
It a huge difference. It's not always size or 3-point shooting ability. It's can you have the will
Just
to oppose
impose
yourself?
yourself. And if LeBron and AD are just like if their life was on the line and they had to win, I feel like they would win because they're bigger and stronger. And even like Vanderbilt guarding Steph, they're just a very athletic team, the Lakers. So, but
Yeah,
you're
no,
right.
Zach, the dominance you're talking about, it was evident in that game one. But
Yep.
again, they didn't. And maybe it's coaching too, not to force you down that road. But they didn't have their foot on that pedal for. They should have had that foot on the pedal for
In
the
game.
eight
I
quarters of the
agree.
series.
And that's what I
But
do.
you know,
I give you, and that's to me over everything. Because even the Warriors, what I just watch them in their post game. They are not here for moral victories. They are gonna. They know they want this so badly, and
and
I see
and they
that.
know exactly what it takes. They know that you cannot let up. I mean,
Yeah,
Zav, that
exactly.
King series proved everything.
I agree.
They needed to be focused every second. And look what happened in the fourth quarter of game seven. It just, the avalanche just exploded. And
Yeah,
that's the result of just knowing how important every single play is.
and you're right. If Anthony Davis had the mentality
Oh,
of just I have to win this game,
yeah.
I think the Lakers would. And
Yeah.
even LeBron said, I am so strong and athletic. I am just gonna live. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
everyone knows LeBron's greatest strength is when he's a freight train. When he just
Yeah.
drives to the hoop and lays up with either his left or right hand. He's so strong. You make
Yeah.
contact, he'll still get it. He has silk hands around the basket, and he's even good at the back down little fade. So that's the interest to me.
And his defense, he should be used as
oh
a paint guy.
yeah, as a
I
what?
mean, as a paint guy, as like a
Yeah,
rim protector.
they should do what the Heat are doing. Just that's what I love. I hate to admit it. That's what I love about the Heat. They're just packing the paint
Yeah.
and making the Knicks. They're not apologizing for it. They're just telling the Knicks we are going to hound Brunson and we are just going to pack that paint. And that's you got to
I
go
know.
all
And Brunson doesn't have the height, and nor does
no.
Curry. And nor does Curry.
And they are make that's my point. And that's my point with the Warriors. They got to hit these. But man, was Curry good that last game with his passing? His passing out of the double teams was that he had a great game two, as a point
Yeah.
guard. And you don't see that much from him. Like a true running the show passing game. He made some great passes, especially out of the double team Curry in game.
His bounce pass was a thing of beauty.
All
Well,
right.
all right, cool.
Yeah. All right. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.